रघुपति राघव राजा राम, पतित पावन सीताराम। रघुपति राघव राजा राम, पतित पावन सीताराम। सुंदर विग्रह मेघश्याम, सुंदर विग्रह मेघश्याम। गंगा तुलसी शालग्राम, सुंदर विग्रह मेघश्याम। गंगा तुलसी शालग्राम। टुगेदर। रघुपति राघव राजा राम, पतित पावन सीताराम। भद्रगिरीश्वर सीताराम, भगत जना प्रिय सीताराम। सुंदर विग्रह मेघश्याम, गंगा तुलसी शालग्राम। भद्रगिरीश्वर सीताराम, भगत जना प्रिय सीताराम। रघुपति राघव राजा राम, पतित पावन सीताराम। जानकी रमण सीताराम, जय जय राघव सीताराम। जानकी रमण सीताराम, जय जय राघव सीताराम। रघुपति राघव राजा राम, पतित पावन सीताराम। रघुपति राघव राजा राम, पतित पावन सीताराम। पतित पावन सीताराम। पतित पावन सीताराम। पतित पावन सीताराम। शिवाय Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, रामचंद्र भगवान की जय. Okay, we'll take some questions. Request you to explain the Upanishad title a little more. Amritam is the Jnanam that the word represents Atma, and what is Mritam is body. So how to interpret the word Bindhu, a drop? So in the context, yes, you have rightly very well put it. What is Mritam? That which has death is the body, and what is Amritam is the Atma Chaitanya, the self of all. And how to understand the Bindu? So Amrita Bindu is Amrita means that Upanishad which is giving the knowledge of the self, and Bindu, a drop. So it's a drop of that knowledge of nectar of non-duality. So that's how you can interpret and understand and appreciate more. Yeah. No mistake, everything is proper. As per the whole school of thought, there is a section of scholars who say that women or ladies must not chant Om or Pranava, since it belongs to the Vedas. As per rules, only Brahmins and other men are entitled to chant Vedas as per our Shastras. Similarly, they say Vishnu Sahasranama is also part of Veda mantra and should not be chanted by women. Is this thinking correct? No, it is wrong. If not, can we say that this argument is baseless? We can say it is redundant. So, in a particular context, in a particular period of time, it was said like that. But we have Brahmavadinis in the Vedas itself. And one of our Acharyas, Swami Atma Prajnanandaji, who is heading our Bhuvaneshwar Center, has written a book on Rishikas of Rigveda. Like how we have Rishis of Rigveda, and she has compiled the Veda mantras which are given out by Rishikas. That means the female Rishis are called as Rishikas. So those seers, that is the Rishis, women, they themselves have taken the mantras. They have the mantras were revealed to them, and they have given the Rigveda mantras. Okay, this is one. And another, the specific doubt is, can women chant Om? Yes, everybody can chant. Otherwise, why would I teach? And Veda mantras. Yes, anybody, any varna, any ashrama, female or male, you can learn Veda. That is the vision of Arshavidya Gurukulam. That's the vision of Sanatana Dharma today. You cannot be making it, you can't go contracted. You have to expand and make the Veda Shastras available for one and all. So in a certain period of time, certain things were followed. Okay, fine. That has a historical context. That is fine. But today in practice, what is in practice? What is happening? Hundreds of thousands of women have very well learnt Vedic chants. You come to Bangalore, hundreds of women with Swarabadha, they chant the Veda mantras. So one of the famous chanters, Challakere brothers, they came here also, I suppose, yeah. So their chants are very popular. If you go to YouTube and all, you have their chants, the perfect chanting. So they have created a number of female teachers and also ladies who chant the Vedas very efficiently. So all those women are chanting the Vedas very well. Only in a historical context it was there. There was always a dark period, little bit hazy dark period in the history of every religion, in the history of every dharma, where some things were restricted to certain class or certain varna or certain segment of society, and so that happened here also. So because of that, some rules that came out. Today it is available for one and all. So that's how we have to understand it. Absolutely, absolutely, everybody can, with free mind, they can learn. Some stigma always, some people try to attach with it. You forget the stigma. Interested in Veda Mata, Gayatri Mata itself is the female Devata, and what to talk about anything else. So we have to take it in that context. In fact, Pujya Swamiji, Swami Dayananda Saraswati ji, he has given Upanayanam Diksha, Brahmopadesha even to girls. So that has been the progressiveness and dynamism of the spiritual tradition. Always a section of orthodoxy will say, no, this, that and all. They let them say. They are the ones who are losing out on things. So suppose we say, no, females should not chant. 50% of the Sanatana Dharma population, we have deprived them of Vedas. And in this 50%, who else is going to this thing? In fact, the women are the one who are keeping up the Dharma. Where do men have time? So they are the one who are learning everything. They are the one studying everything. They are the one who are passing the values and the chants and the traditions to the younger generation. In fact, they are the ones who have to study now today, because they become the ambassadors of taking the Sanatana Dharma forward. Yeah. Yes. It was all old thinking. Today we are in 21st century. It is, see, in every society some 2 people, 3 people will be having ridiculous thoughts. The news wants to give mic to only them. Do they come to me to ask my opinion? They don't come. Acharya of a center, this thing, now they won't come to take my opinion. They will go where somebody who has ridiculous thoughts, and people see that on the news and the news feeds and think that something big is happening in the society. Nothing. So every culture you go see, US news, there will always be some people having ridiculous thoughts. You go European news, they will have always ridiculous thought giving people. We have to just ignore them. That's all. You silence their voice by how? By not simply clicking on those videos, simply not watching them. So you silence their voice through ahimsa. You don't have to do dharana or anything. Simply don't watch. Simply don't forward the message, stupid messages of WhatsApp. Simply don't click on those ridiculous videos. So the voice gets, ridiculous voices get silenced. Yeah. Thanks for the clarity that desire is, binding desire is bad and we should only have sattvic desire. Yeah, bad in the sense you understand the word, that which is not going to help you in your personal growth or in your life. So good bad becomes kind of very sometimes a childish expression also. This is good, this is bad, but understand it to be, it's not going to help in your self growth in your life. Yeah. Elon Musk's desire of taking people to Mars, is it not good desire to explore life at Mars, or intent is to provide tourism? No, who are we to judge good or bad? Only time should tell whether that whole process of taking humans to Mars, and in fact, it's not very difficult to imagine what may happen. So, people on the earth, they multiplied and polluted the whole earth. Now they go to Mars, they populate and pollute. If the same scenario goes there, so not very difficult to imagine what could possibly happen. But these are the scientific advancements which have not happened in the generations. We are in such a fast pace, we are unable to keep up with the advancements. That much of advancements is happening. So anything which comes good or bad to the humanity as such is determined on a very long period of time. Short term effect we cannot analyze. Plastic, when it came, it was like a revolutionary thing. Industries changed. Everybody was like, wow, wow, plastic, plastic, plastic. Today, plastic is the biggest nuisance on the earth. It took 60, 70 years to recognize that this was not a blessing, but it was a disaster in human advancements. So any new technology, anything new comes, it needs a time period. Only after that it can prove itself to be really good for humanity as a whole, or having negative effects. So something like that. Yeah, let us go. We are only seeing Mars on the charts and being afraid of it all the time, this and that in your Kundali. So we'll go to Mars and see what this thing. So in fact, this SpaceX and Jeff Bezos, something other thing and all, they were asking anybody can apply to go to that space. I was thinking, let me send an application. In fact, who knows if they suddenly get selected, you go see the Bhuhu, Bhuvaha, Suvaha, Maha, Janaha, Tapaha, Ogum Satyam. We have been saying all that. So let us see some lokas and come back. I was thinking, but I was so busy I could not apply. No connection between what I said and what you said. Human desires help people to go advance in life, to solve many problems. Human desires help people to go advanced in life, to solve many problems. His desire to solve problems or help society is bad. No. Why are you looking at desires in this context? I have analyzed it pretty well. In the sense, you see, something as such, a desire as such is not some monster. So, if something is helping humanity in advancements and somebody desired and invented something, and then that has had a lot of positive effect on humanity also. So, everything starts with an ichcha, desire. So, that way desire can take you in a positive way also, with that desire which is dharmika. That means what? Which doesn't hurt you or others. So that's how we pursue it. Simply, hypothetically, we can't categorize desire into one bin as, don't make it a monster, but know that it has all the ability to turn as a monster also, if it is unchecked. So that's why in moderation and with viveka, you have to entertain desires, what is necessary and what is not necessary. When someone loves someone, how can he or she be detached to that person? No. See, we think detachment means turning our face to another direction. That is not detachment. So, what is detachment? To know everything at the face value. Every person, every object, every situation, to know for its face value. And being involved with it. Being 100% involved with it. That is real detachment. That is real vairagya. So you have something with you and you know the thing for its face value. It serves a particular purpose. And any day it may get lost. Any day it may break, suppose it falls. Or any day it may stop working. This is the reality, real face value of this object. So, say I am having it. So, I am relating to this in a detached way. There is neither attachment nor detachment. It's a very neutral way of relating to a particular object. Now object sometimes easy to appreciate. Now a human being is involved. How to apply? Know the person, know the relationship for its face value. Yes, Bhagavan has put us all together, and every body has a lifespan. Anytime the person may go, and why the person, I myself may go as a physical body, I do not know, and the person may change any time also. It's not that the person remains to be the same kutastha, no. The person can change any time also. So know the person for the face, for the practicality of human relationship, and then shower the person with love, shower the object with love and care, shower everything with love. That is never going to burn your fingers or never going to disturb your life. What we try to do is we try to possess the object, possess the person, possess the relationship. They have to be the way I want. So when you exert control, that leads to attachment, and that messes up the whole equation. So you can very neutrally relate to your family member, spouse, everybody with love and care, and there's no second thought about it. Am I clear? You want it, the questioner, does he need any clarity, further clarity on it? You can ask also any question, not only this. Yeah, you can give that. Yeah, you can give any expression, but the basic idea is love never hurts. Attachment is the one which hurts you. So relate to everything with love. So that way you never go wrong in life. Bhagavan Shankara says Brahman is the only reality and universe is a myth. Then he says Brahman is universe, so it is confusion. Good, we will deal with this topic in the class. It will come, one of the mantras is talking about it. We will see that, yeah. What happens to Sanchita Karma of a Jnani? How does Jnanam destroy Sanchita Karma? Is there reference in Shastra? So the whole scheme of karma we categorize into Sanchita Karma, Prarabdha Karma, and Agami Karma. So what is the Sanchita Karma? It is the main account, main karma account. So janmas after janmas, the punya papa accumulated by the jiva keeps on getting deposited in this big pool of Sanchita Karma. And from that Sanchita Karma, you just take a portion, the jiva just takes a portion, include a human being also in it. So that set of karma we look upon as the Prarabdha Karma. Okay? And in this janma, a human being is doing various activities, and in the process accumulates punya and papa. That gets the technical name Agami Karma. Now for a Jnani who has, so see, suppose so now you look at it in the bank context. There is a depositor who has a big FD. From that FD, he has broken one FD and taken some money and come to a particular place. So in here also he is transacting, and in the process he has earned some money. That money is punya and papa. Now, what is a Jnani? this jnani, the depositor, the samsari, recognizes that my true nature is not the depositor. I am one with the whole. I am not this jiva at all. I am not. So the punya and papa, the jnani might have accumulated in before becoming jnani. Jnani gets the punya. All the people who have censured or troubled the jnani, the papas go to them. And this prarabdha karma, the fixed deposit that one was broken and brought down to enable this particular body in the earth to this thing, that is over, because the death of the physical, when the death of the physical body of a jnani happens, the prarabdha is nullified. There is no prarabdha. Now, depositor only is not there. For jnani, that jiva, that locus, ajnana yukta locus jiva should be there to take another birth. For jnani, that jivatvam only is not there. So what happens? The FD gets merged. Then the prarabdha is nullified, no prarabdha. Then what was remaining, what was accumulated in this birth of that jnani's body gets distributed among the jnani's disciples and the people who have troubled the jnani. So that's how it is said. That's how it is. With reference to the karma. So the person, suppose hypothetically speaking, like all this, jnani is there and then he is of 60 years of age, that jnani's body. And then as long as that prarabdha karma is there, that jnani continues to live and serve the society, teach and all that. So at suppose 78, end of that jnani's body, that is the time the prarabdha gets over. That is for everybody. If all jivas, jnani or ajnani, as long as prarabdha is there, the body will be there. Body, the death of the physical body means what? The end of prarabdha. So this you have to understand in the larger karma context. Even though we may say unnatural death, really from the context of karma, it's a natural death only, because prarabdha is over, that person's lifespan was only that much, so the person left the earth. So a person left the physical body. That's how we take it. But in our context, we say, suppose there's a young person goes away. So we feel that that's not the right thing. Of course, you can feel that every mother or father or the people related to the person obviously feel. If you don't feel, you are a stone. So obviously they will feel. But then how to finally bring some peace into heart and understand it in the larger context, that truly speaking, the prarabdha of that person is over. That's why that person has left the physical form. That's how you can take it. How many types of rishis are there? Sage, saint, rishis. Is it upgradation mark? No, some English words, Sanskrit words, everything is mixed up. No. Rishi. Rishi parampara. That is one category. That's where, who is a rishi? Mantra drashtaraha. One who has seen a mantra. One to whom a Vedic mantra was revealed. That person becomes the rishi. Or that person has got the status of a rishi because of his tremendous tapascharya and jnanam. That category of people are the rishis. And maharshi, also another title is there. So maharshi, in that rishi only, suppose you want to stress the contribution of that one particular rishi, we add the prefix maharshi. That's how the term has come about. And sage is another translation for rishi in English context. And saint, usually for sannyasis or in the jnana parampara, in the bhakti parampara, the people who have given tremendous contributions, sannyasis who have got tremendous contributions to the society in changing its mindset, in adding value to the society, we call them as santa or sannyasis. So in English context, we can take it as saint. But in the English system, which is having the language itself also being largely influenced by Christianity, so that there in the context of saint is a different thing. In the Christian system, saint, the Sanatana Dharma, Hindu society elevated the person as a whole as a Maharshi. That is because of the tremendous contribution in touching the lives of people through his Jnanam. Swamiji's of Pujya Swami Dayananda Saraswati's parampara get the suffix Saraswati. Kanchi Mat Swamiji's or also get Saraswati. Is it for referring supreme symbol of divine knowledge? So Shankaracharya ji established the Dashanami Sannyasa parampara. So the paramparas, he initiated his disciples into various of these sampradayas, which are called as Dashanami sampradayas. So each and every sampradaya will get a particular suffix. So our parampara has the suffix Saraswati. So Kanchi parampara also has the title Saraswati, I suppose. Yes, Jayendra Saraswati Mahaswamigal and all that. Yes, Saraswati. And Sringeri parampara has the Tirtha. Shri 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 Bharati Tirtha Mahaswamiji. So instead of Saraswati, they have the title Tirtha. And there is also the title Vanam. And there is also title Giri, Puri. So all these Dashanami titles are there. So different sampradayas will continue to give the same suffix for the entire Guru Parampara that flows in that particular traditions. That's how it operates. Please elaborate. Enlightened soul. Please elaborate on enlightened soul. I mean, you mean to ask a Jnani. Who is a Jnani? Jnani, the word Jnani, which is there in Sanskrit, makes it very easy. Because the moment you use words like soul, it creates a lot of confusion generally. So Swamiji used to always advise to be precise in the usage of words. So many words you bring in, finally what you are referring to only gets missed. Because we say soul, we say the soul, may his soul live in peace, this, that, so many expressions we use, and then everything gets mixed up. So you, for a enlightened Mahatma, you start using the word, our own Sanskrit word, Jnani. Stick with the word, stay with the word Jnani. So who is a Jnani? Jnani is simply a person who has recognized the truth, recognized the reality, and who has given up the Ajnana. That is a Jnani. And Bhagavad Gita very beautifully explains who is a Jnani. Prajahati yada kaman sarvan parthamanogatan atmanyevatmana tushtaha sthita prajnastadochyate. Bhagavad Gita's word for Jnani is sthita prajna. One whose prajna, one whose understanding, one whose jnanam is sthiram, unshaking, unchanged, understanding clarity, unchanged clarity, unshaken clarity about life. So who is that sthita prajna? One of the best ways of describing the sthita prajna is atmanyevatmana tushtaha. Ajnani needs objects, situations and people to feel tushti or happy. That Ajnani always needs another person or situation or object for the sake of his or her happiness. Who is a Jnani? Who doesn't need a second thing for his happiness. Atmanyevatmana tushtaha. One who is contented in the understanding of the self. Because what is that understanding of the self? Neha nanasti kinchana. So there is no other thing. All that is here is Atma alone. So that is the understanding of a jnani. He revels in that understanding. So he has gained santushti in this understanding. That is a jnani. Happy person for no reason. A happy person. What is the reason you are happy? So we say that I got a bonus. A jnani is oozing out happiness. What is the reason? Then jnani asks, do you need a reason to be happy? I don't understand how does it work. So you're just happy because there's nothing else to worry about. There's no second thing to disturb, to worry about. Thus, happiness of a jnani is natural. A happy person is a jnani. Rebirth is sheer this laziness, that's all. Or inferiority complex. So that person, you have to, so everybody is happy. So this fellow calls for a party. Okay, birthday party, 40th birthday party. What does this person go? Goes to the market, gets the plastic decorations, 40 balloons will be there now, 40, big plastic balloons. And then some all confetti and other things to this thing, for this thing. And they spray some snow spray and other sprays, full plastic, made up of plastic. Then they get a cake full of this thing. What is that? Full of artificial things. The cream is not real, the flour is not real, the color is not real, the fruit is not real, the flavor is not real. It has soda bicarbonate, maida, all things which affect your system. And they get alcohol. They get smokes. And one party is celebrated and they think that the big thing. What? Totally eco-friendly. The entire festival. Banana leaf, banana stem, mango leaf, fresh flowers. Total 100% eco-friendly. Here 100% eco-non-friendly. But this youngster thinks that he is a very global citizen and very responsible for the humanity, this, that and all that. And he says, I'm not religious, I'm spiritual. This is your spirituality. Spirit. That is the spirituality. What did they, this thing, what is great thing in saying that I put forth, I will do away with all my traditional forms? Such a beautiful way you celebrate without harming the environment at all, and the process everybody is happy and healthy. Contrast it with this kind of a celebration, plastic. And next day they wake up with vomit and hangover and headache. So if this is the kind of understanding of progressiveness and progression, then God alone must help these kind of people. So most of the times youngsters don't have a perspective to look at it, and nobody challenge, because they will only be arguing with you. Poor you cannot argue like me. So they will be thinking, Amma, I won't listen to you. Appa, I don't want you. Yours is 100-year-old living. Yours is like this. We will want to do this, that. So that kind of a fad. It is totally a fad. Somebody starts some trend and everybody like parrots, they keep on repeating. So youngsters, when they are really addressed and made to understand the value in our religious tradition, being together, family as a source of strength, parents as source of strength, children as source of strength, society as a source of strength, that when you can, if they are made to understand that, they will appreciate the forms, the religious forms and traditions, and they'll come to it. And in fact, Sanatana Dharma is only religion which allows to be whatever you are, still you are a Sanatana Dharmi. The questioner has asked, is that spiritual person who says he doesn't want to be religious a Sanatana Dharmi? Yes, you are a Sanatana Dharmi. Even an atheist can be a Sanatana Dharmi if he is following the goodness, right dharma, right way of living, and he says, no, that I do not believe in this thing. That group is also there within Sanatana Dharma. And other societies killed those people who were atheists. We gave them their own sampradaya called Charvaka. They are materialists. They say God is not there, this thing. But we accommodated them also in Sanatana Dharma and said, you are Charvaka. Okay, fine. You have your own group. fine. You are, as long as you are following right code of conduct, you are means what? You are not harming yourself, you are not disturbing others. You are free to have any view of life, any view about God you want to have. Still you are a Sanatana Dharmi. That is a vast canvas this Sanatana Dharma has. You are a transgender, you want to follow a particular lifestyle, you are still a Sanatana Dharmi. There is so much accommodation for everyone. Any person following any this thing. Now Kinnara, this thing is there now. What is that? Akhada. They started in Kumbh Mela. They also were given a tent and place to come. Kinnaras were given a place to come and offer puja and this thing at the Gangaji. That is the greatness of the vast canvas of Sanatana Dharma. Yeah. And about these youngsters, see, they are all coming back also. They are recognizing what we are missing out today. First in their youthfulness, ego, they tell this and that. Let them have kids, then you see that they all come back. Or after few years of grind in the marriage, they are coming back, or in their careers or whatever. They are all coming back to appreciate more and more what this beautiful way of life has to offer in terms of religious traditions. Such a grounding when you have forms, when you have festivals, when you have small puja, when you have an altar, when you have a deepam, when you have all this, add so much beauty to your home, your lifestyle, your living itself. Manusmriti has received a lot of criticism by liberals in past, continues to do, because of its treatment of women. How do we defend it and justify it? See, Manusmriti was the constitution of the yesteryear in that particular era. So that particular era was governed by a particular constitution which had some rules and regulations for women, men, this, that. From today's angle, we find it discriminatory. Yes, that's why the society changed. We are not holding on to that, holding on to the practices from Manusmriti. No, today 2022 Sanatana Dharma Hinduism is not holding on to every rule and regulation given in Manusmriti. We have changed a lot. We have so dynamic that we have moved away from all of it. So that was the yesteryear's constitution. Today we have today's constitution. Yet even today's Indian constitution or US constitution or other constitution is so discriminatory for women or any one particular group of people. And that has to be corrected. Society is correcting itself and moving forward. But an ancient society, when we look at it from today's angle, it seems very discriminatory. The system was like that, but we have moved away. These pseudo-liberals and all that, their whole agenda is to destroy Sanatana Dharma, badnam it. That's all. So they have that agenda, so they will always be working like this, picking up sentences from here and there and presenting as though we were in a draconian society where everybody were stoned and this thing hung in the marketplace or chopped their heads in the marketplace, and they have nothing to say about that societies which are doing all this today. And hold on to Manusmriti, something is written somewhere in few pages and keep on bringing it up. What use? We have moved away, we are not following it. So tomorrow we have no problem in moving away. That's why Sanatana Dharma is so dynamic. That's why it has survived. Onslaughter of Mughal rule, British rule, all of it has survived because there is something very, very fundamentally pure, which is not contesting on all the time, fighting with any other religion. We just want to have our way of life in goodness. Because of this, it is preserved. So that's why we have survived. So constitution, even US, which considers itself as the most progressive state and this, that and all, they gave right to vote for women in 1960s. India gave right to vote to women as soon as we got freedom from British rule. US gave in 1960s, and we think that it is a maha progressive state. They are banning abortions in by Supreme Court. Somebody total ban. So such a snatching of women's right in that now today. So their portrayal is that they are very, very modern, they are very welfare, women oriented and all that. Where are the rights? No rights. So that's how society is in. What Black Lives Matter few years back, and but they project, some US organization is there for religious this thing. They give statement, they come to BBC and this thing, we are observing lot of intolerance in India, and US observes that India must curb its religious intolerance, this, that. Arey, some one news item you hold on to and press issue. What about your Black Lives Matter? What about your shooting by the right wing people there and this and that you are doing? Where you are simply portraying to the world as though you are something really great and the leader and the monitor of the entire world. But your society is like this. It's just a portrayal, way of portrayal. Yeah. So we ignore. If Dharma Shastra said at that century, they are redundant now. They said what they said at that era, now they are redundant. We don't keep that as the basis for code of conduct of Sanatana Dharma. Then what is the basis? Atha yadite karma vichikitsa va vritta vichikitsa va syat etatra brahmana samharshinaha yukta ayuktaha aluksha dharmaka masyuhu. So any doubt regarding the code of conduct, how should we live, what should we do, what should we not do, what is the right way of living, go to the learned people, go to the sannyasis, go to the teachers, go to the masters, and they have the right way to interpret dharma, keeping in desha and kala, today's context and today's situation. Go seek advice from them. That become what they say becomes the code of conduct for conducting in the Hindu society or Sanatana Dharma. That's how we move ahead. And that is how we do. No, suppose you have any doubt, you call up your Purohit or you seek advice from the Acharya that your family is seeking guidance from. And that doubt is solved then and there. That's how it happens. Last question we'll take. If anything, we will do tomorrow. How does one see everything and everyone around as an extension of the self? Is this a consequence of realization alone? Yes, to a large extent, it is the consequence of the true understanding, total understanding of the non-duality. All the differences in terms of race, religion, caste, creed, gender, all of them are superficial, the outside layer. But what is underneath it? What is that one reality supporting this entire Jagat, entire structure, entire Namarupas? When you recognize that that is the Atma Chaitanya, that is the self alone, which is one, which is appearing as many, then the same self is shining in you, shining in a person in Africa, shining in a person in US, shining in next door, next to your neighbor, your mother, father, in a dog, in a crow, in a cat. You have appreciation for this oneness. That's a consequence of Atma Jnanam, the self-realization. Yeah. Oh, we have finished all the questions. Okay. Anything else? Okay. We will see. We do have an audiovisual system. I'll see if one of the satsangs we can see some clips of Pujya Swamiji's teachings. Sometimes the system was not working efficiently. If it comes, we will see that. Yeah. So here what we have, Guru Tirtha was the kutir where Pujya Swami Dayananda Saraswati ji used to stay and see people. So we wanted to preserve it after Pujya Swamiji's physical absence. So that is converted as Guru Tirtha, where one can take the darshan of the entire kutir of Pujya Swamiji. That's the place he used to see people, was a hub of activities in the Gurukulam. Everybody in the class, from the class, we all used to go running behind him to the kutir, people coming, meeting, musicians coming and singing, Purohits coming and chanting, Veda Pandits coming and discussing. It was the hub of politicians coming and seeking blessings, the officers coming, everything was a hub of activity. So a very beautiful place. The Swamiji's Vigraham is also placed there. You can always in the mornings, whenever you find time, you can go sit and meditate, or just sit and just enjoy the divine presence there. And in the Rishikesh, in our Rishikesh ashram is the actual samadhi of Pujya Swamiji. So sannyasis are usually, in the tradition, the body of sannyasis are not burnt, but with an exception, because now burial takes a lot of space and the context is different. Sometimes sometimes in a particular context, sannyasis bodies are also burnt. Otherwise, by majorly in the tradition, the sannyasi's body is buried. That is called as Mahasamadhi, so, or Bhu Samadhi. So that took place in our Rishikesh ashram. That is where the similar Vigraha is, idol is there of Swamiji, and underneath a Shivalinga there, the Swamiji's physical body was buried. And whenever a sannyasi's body is buried, the tradition is that they put a Shivalinga there. So Shivalinga there, so there is that Dayanandeshwara lingam there, and then all the pujas and everything, prayers are offered there. And as a memorial, this in here, this is converted, Swamiji's kutir is converted as a beautiful monument for us here in the ashram. Yeah. We'll end the satsang with a short chant of Nirvana Shatkam. Gently close your eyes. Just listen to the chant and just be. Mano buddhya hankara chitta ninaham na cha shrotra jihve na cha grana netre na cha vyoma bhumir na tejo na vayuhu Chidananda Rupaha Shivoham Shivoham Chidananda Rupaha Shivoham Shivoham Chidananda Rupaha Shivoham Shivoham. As we end this day, recognize that you are the constant presence which was there throughout this day, experiencing different things, listening to different texts, interacting, thinking, doubting, discussing. You were ever present. As an experiencer of all of this. You are even the experiencer now of the words of the Swami, of the sounds. Everything has passed. The experiencer remains. All experiences from morning, afternoon, evening have passed. They've gone. And what was experienced last minute is not there. But you, as the experiencer of all of it, remains. All that could change has changed. And you are. Nothing can touch this you. Don't have to do anything to be this you. You are present. Try and appreciate this fact. And let go of all that has happened today. With a sense of gratitude, for all that has happened today, bring a gentle smile on your face. The same feeling of meditativeness and gratitude. Wishing good for the entire world, for every citizen of the world, for every animal, every plant, every other country, every other religion, to one and all. Let us pray and chant Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah together. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah, Sarve Santu Niramayah, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu, Ma Kaschit Dukkha Bhag Bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Slowly and gently you may open your eyes and gently you may exit the lecture hall. Hari Om Tat Sat.